got some breaking news on the sordid tale of Georgia DA Fani Willis and her star-crossed lover Nathan Wade. Now, Wade just testified that he paid for vacations he took with Willis using his, quote, business credit card, and then was reimbursed by her in cash. Take a look.
All I needed. You said in the affidavit that you roughly shared travel, though, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this roughly sharing travel, you're saying she reimbursed you?
She did.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
Oh, it was cash. She didn't give me checks.
So she paid you cash for her share of all these vacations?
Mr. Schaefer, you'll step out if you do that again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so all of the vacations that she took, she paid you cash for?
Yes, ma'am.
And you purchased all of these vacations on your business credit card, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you included those in deductions on your taxes, correct?
No, ma'am.
No, you did not.
Now, in an additional hit to Willis and Wade's story, a former Fulton County DA employee and personal friend of Willis since college testified that Willis had definitely been in a relationship with Wade since 2019, which directly contradicts filings in which the pair claimed their relationship began in 2022.
Woof.
Very bad. So we all know that, you know, I paid for this on my credit card, but then I was reimbursed in cash is a very convenient and implausible excuse.
Right. There's two things there. One is it's difficult to trace, so you can't really verify that she did reimburse you. Therefore, it stands that it's a possible a corruption scheme. Or two, there's still something nefarious about the idea that you would need to be reimbursed in cash. These seem like not insignificant amounts of money, and it seems
cash,
very
not
informal.
Venmo, not.
Exactly. Completely. It's just not. That's not
unmarked,
how people operate.
Unmarked bills in a paper bag.
I can't tell you the last time I even touched a dollar, to be honest with you. Like, so there's that aspect of it. Then being fully caught in a lie by your own friend. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more out about the nature of their friendship. Maybe she's a former friend, a fake friend, like friends of mine. I don't care. I would hope they would protect me even if I were lying. So who knows what's going on in that relationship. But you have someone who has knowledge of you intimately, shall we say, who's come forward and said you were dating that man prior to the time that you hired him, in direct contradiction of your previous testimony. Her credibility is completely shot.
It's just clear there's no reason to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point. They're not trustworthy. They're not believable. It seems very clear they had a relationship. I mean, like the most straightforward explanation, Occam's razor, they were dating. She decided to pick him for this job and hired him. And then they went on a bunch of trips that he paid for, you know, using the I mean, not specifically using these funds, but money is fungible, paid for trips while being her employee, while being in a relationship. That all seems like how, and then, she paid him back in cash. I tend to doubt it.
This isn't like a Cori Bush situation where her husband works in security. She hires him as security. Remember, part of the contention here is that he is not qualified. This is not an area of the law that he normally practices. He doesn't know anything about what's going on. I mean, he's a lawyer. He's qualified to do other kind of legal work, but not this specific
Well, it's not that important of a case. It will only determine whether the potential next president of the United States goes to prison.
Right. I mean, honestly, I have period interest in this. This is like a wild scandal.
It's like popcorn.
Right. But I keep coming back to, like, I don't blame anybody from being interested in this. But also, what are the Democrats doing? They should have seen this coming from a mile away. When these accusations first came out, like months ago now, they should have said, hey, Fani, what's the deal? What's the truth? We can get past this. I'm not going to be mad at you. You've had a very high salary for a period of time doing this case. Good for you. But we're going to move you out now because the stakes of this are just too high to let us go down in let it all go down in some tabloid fever dream. And I don't know if Fani Willis is making it difficult for people to shuffle her off to the sidelines and hire new counsel. I don't know if there's some other kind of a sticking point here where it is difficult to find someone who's up to date on the case enough to replace her. Although I would still argue, if you are a professional baseball team, you have a replacement hitter when the first pitcher gets tired, you have someone else come in. If you are in any other context with very high stakes, you have a backup. A president has a VP. There are backups built in the system. She is not a one-woman legal team litigating this case.
And no one's really defending her.